Hi Nana. We were learning question bank 5. Now in this video, we learn the question bank 6 related to water. Okay. So for we learned 14 answers. Now we will go with the 15th answer. 15th question. See what is 15th question? So 15th question says that you are provided with the three solutions of a solute. That means a particular solute with a particular solute or else with a single substance. Three solutions are prepared from the same substance. Okay. So you are provided with the three solutions of a solute. For example, this is one solution. Okay. Another solution with the same, another solution which is made from the same solute. And one more solution made up of the same solute. So in all these cases, the same substance is dissolved in water. The same substance is dissolved in water. Okay. So there are three solutions. Okay, made up of a same solute, such that one of them is saturated. So out of these three, one of them is saturated, and others being saturated, and one is unsaturated. One is unsaturated. Other two are, one is saturated and the last one is unsaturated. Using tiny crystals of solute, how will you distinguish between them? A, B, C. So these are the three solutions. Out of these three, one is, we don't know what is the unsaturated solution, which one is unsaturated, which one is saturated, and which one is supersaturated solution. So it is not mentioned. We have to distinguish which one is saturated and which one is unsaturated and which one is supersaturated. So in order to distinguish, we have to take help of a tiny crystal of that solute. Okay, suppose if these three solutions are made up of sodium chloride, let us think that these three are sodium chloride solutions. One is unsaturated solution. We don't know which one is unsaturated. Okay, and the other two are saturated and supersaturated. So in order to identify which one is saturated or which one is unsaturated or which one is supersaturated, so we'll take a small crystal of sodium chloride. Small crystal of sodium chloride, and we have to introduce. Okay, we have to introduce these three small crystals of sodium chloride, one into each. So I've added one crystal into this one. Suppose if this crystal, and after addition we have to stir this one. We have to stir this solution. Okay. Simply after stirring this one, if the crystal is able to dissolve in it, that means if that crystal disappears. or else if the crystal dissolves in it, then this particular solution will be unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution can take some more amount of solute into it, because as this solution, into this solution, after addition of a small crystal, so that crystal is disappeared, or else that crystal has decreased its size. When the size of the crystal is decreased, or else when the crystal disappears in the solution, then that solution is said to be unsaturated solution, because that solution is able to take some more solute into it. Okay, suppose if this is able to take some more solute into it, or else some more amount of sodium chloride into it, or else it can, if it is able to dissolve some more amount of sodium chloride into it, then that solution is said to be unsaturated solution. Unsaturated solution. What is unsaturated solution? What is unsaturated solution? The solution which can take, or else which can dissolve some more amount of solute into it. Such solution is said to be unsaturated solution. Okay, suppose if this is able to dissolve, then it is said to be unsaturated. Or else if this is able to dissolve, then this will be unsaturated. Okay, so we have to try with first with one solution out of these three. So out of these three, one is saturated, other one is unsaturated, and another one is supersaturated. So we have to distinguish which one is saturated and which one is unsaturated. Suppose if I kept into this one, and I've kept a sodium chloride crystal into this one, and if that sodium chloride crystal is dissolved in this solution, then this particular solution is called as unsaturated solution. If I put sodium chloride crystal so this is finished. Now these two, out of these two, which one is saturated and which one is unsaturated? So if I keep one crystal in each, okay, suppose if this solution, in this solution, if the crystal is not dissolving, okay, the crystal of sodium chloride, if the crystal of sodium chloride is unable to dissolve, crystal is not dissolved, and second one's crystal is not growing its size, okay, if crystal is not dissolved and if the crystal is not growing its size, then that solution is said to be saturated solution. Then the solution is said to be saturated solution. Then the third solution will be supersaturated. Okay, so if one is unsaturated and another one is saturated, so why it is saturated solution? Because crystal is either dissolved, either disappeared, or crystal is either disappeared or decrease in size. Decrease in size. Disappeared means dissolved. What is the meaning of disappeared? Dissolved. Okay, dissolved, due to dissolve. Okay, the crystal is disappeared due to dissolution or decrease in size, then that solution is said to be unsaturated solution. If the crystal is not dissolved and the crystal is not growing its size, then that solution is said to be saturated solution. Then what is supersaturated solution? Supersaturated solution. Okay, so what is supersaturated solution? in supersaturated solution, crystal increases its size. So here actually there is extra amount of solute dissolved in it. In the solution already there is extra amount of solute dissolved in it. So when additionally if you add one crystal, what happens? The extra amount of solute already which is dissolved in it, so it will come out from the solution, and it will come out from solution, and it will be added to this crystal, and it will be added to this crystal, so that what is happened? The size of the crystal is increased. Okay, now the size of the crystal is increased. So that means in supersaturated solution, if you add a crystal of solute into this one, what happens? Crystal increases. Okay, crystal grows into big size. Crystal grows into big size. Why the crystal grows into big size? Because as it is a supersaturated solution. What is supersaturated solution? A solution which contains extra amount of solute dissolved in it. Okay, a solute which contains extra amount of solute dissolved in it. So if you disturb this solution, supersaturated solution should not be disturbed. So what we have done, we have disturbed this solution by introducing a crystal of solute into this. When a crystal is of solute is introduced into it, what happens? It is disturbed. So when it is disturbed, what happens? The already extra dissolved solute will come out from the solution. Okay, will come out from the solution. Okay, and convert into undissolved form. From the dissolved form into undissolved form, it will convert. So that solute will gather around this crystal. So due to this, what happens? The crystal it appears to be increased in its size. Okay, right. So crystals grow into big size crystal, and here this crystal does not dissolve. Okay, crystal does not dissolve. Crystal does not dissolve. Crystal does not dissolve, and the crystal grow its size. So that is supersaturated solution. So in this way, saturated solution, supersaturated solution, and unsaturated solution can be distinguished when three solutions made up of same solute are given. Okay, right. Next, we'll learn the 16th question. What is 16th question? What is 16th question? Sixteenth question is, what do you understand by the term solubility of solute? In 16th question, there are three sub questions. What do you understand? What do you understand by the term What do you understand by the term solubility of solute? Solubility of solute. What is solubility? Solubility is nothing but the weight of solute. The weight of solute Okay, the weight of solute that can form that can form a saturated solution, that can form a saturated that can form a saturated solution in 100 grams of solvent. 100 grams of solvent. Okay, at a particular temperature. At a particular temperature. At a particular temperature. So that is said to be solubility of a solute. Example, if you take some example, if you take example of sodium chloride, some examples if you take 100, for example, at 10 degrees centigrade, at 10 degrees centigrade, if I take 100 grams of water, 100 grams of water, another vessel with again 100 grams of water. Okay, take one more vessel with 100 grams of water. Okay, so into one solution, so into one vessel. So actually there is water. How much amount of water is present in each? 100 grams of water is present in each case. In each case, 100 grams of water is present. So if I have added, keep on into this solution, I have added potassium nitrate. Into this solution, I have added sodium nitrate. Into this solution, I have added potassium chlorate. Okay, potassium chlorate. So at 10 degrees centigrade, so after addition of this potassium nitrate, if I add 20 grams of potassium nitrate into 100 grams of water, then this solution, then it will form saturated solution. Saturated solution. Okay. But at the same temperature, if I add 80 grams of water, if I add 80 grams of sodium nitrate, if I add 80 grams of sodium nitrate, then only it will become saturated solution. So in case if I add 20 grams of potassium nitrate into 100 grams of water at 10 degrees centigrade, then this 20 grams of water is this 20 grams of potassium nitrate is able to form saturated solution. But if I take sodium nitrate, this is another salt, and if I add this one into the 100 grams of water, but this 100 grams of water, it requires 80 grams of sodium nitrate to form saturated solution. That means here how much amount of sodium nitrate is required for formation of saturated solution in 100 grams of water? 80 grams of sodium nitrate is required. For potassium chlorate, okay, for potassium chlorate, so it is around 6 grams, around 6 grams. Okay, around 6 grams of potassium chlorate if I add into 100 grams of water, then it is able to form saturated solution. Are you able to follow? Look here, here 20 grams of potassium nitrate will form saturated solution with 100 grams of water, but 80 grams of sodium nitrate will form saturated solution with 100 grams of water. But in case of KClO3, only 6 grams is enough, okay, to form saturated solution with the same 100 grams of water. So this amount, the amount of solute that can form saturated solution with in 100 grams of water, so that amount is said to be solubility of that particular substance. So from this it is understood that the solubility of KNO3 is 20. Okay, so from this we can understand that solubility of KNO3 is how much? 20 grams at 10 degrees centigrade. Solubility of NaNO3 is 80 grams at the same 10 degrees centigrade. That means at a particular temperature. So how much amount of a substance is needed? How much weight of substance is needed to form what? Saturated solution. So that weight is said to be solubility of that substance. So the solubility of NaNO3 is how much? 80 grams. Next, solubility of potassium chlorate is how much? Only 6 grams around at the 10 degrees centigrade. Okay. So from this it is understood that solubility of different substances is different at a particular temperature. Okay. So actually what is solubility? Solubility of a solute means the weight of solute that can form a saturated solution. The weight of solute. So here potassium nitrate can 20 grams of potassium nitrate can form saturated solution in 100 grams of water. That means the weight of solute that can form a saturated solution in 100 grams of solvent. So solvent means here water is a solvent. At a particular temperature is called as solubility of solute. Did you understand what is solubility of solute? Solubility of solute is nothing but the weight of that particular solute which is necessary. If you add 20 grams only, it will form saturated solution. If I add 18 grams, no, it won't form saturated solution. It remains as unsaturated solution only. So in that case I have to add 2 more grams. Okay, so the solubility of a particular salt is a fixed at a particular temperature. If it is potassium nitrate, we have to add 20 grams. Unless until we add 20 grams, it cannot become saturated solution. If I add only 18 grams, will it become saturated solution? No. It remains as unsaturated solution. That means it can take 2 more grams into it. It can dissolve 2 more grams into it. After dissolution of 2 more grams, now it will become 20 grams. Okay. Now it will become saturated solution. Okay. So like this. So saturated solution is nothing. Here solubility of a solute is nothing but the amount of solute that should be added in 100 grams of water to prepare saturated solution. So that weight of solute is said to be solubility of that solute. Okay, at a particular temperature. Okay, suppose at 20 degrees centigrade. At 20 degrees centigrade, how much amount of sodium potassium nitrate I require? I require 32 grams. So I require 32 grams. When temperature is changed from 10 to now it is 20 degrees centigrade. So at 20 degrees centigrade, the solubility of KNO3 is 32 grams. So that means if I add 32 grams of KNO3 in 100 grams of water, then only it forms saturated solution at 20 degrees centigrade. Okay. And at 20 degrees centigrade, how much amount of sodium nitrate should be added into 100 grams of water to prepare saturated solution? At 20 degrees centigrade, I have to add 90 grams of water, 90 grams of sodium nitrate to prepare saturated solution in 100 grams of water. At the same 20 degrees centigrade, how much amount of potassium chloride I have to add? I have to add around 8 or 9 grams. So around 8 grams I have to add, okay, into 100 grams of water to form saturated solution at 20 degrees centigrade. Okay, so from this I think you might have understood. Right? See, so it is found that the solubility of a given solute changes with the change in temperature. So at 20 degrees centigrade, potassium nitrate, its solubility is 32 grams, whereas the same potassium nitrate at 10 degrees centigrade it is 20 grams. Okay, that means the solubility of a given substance, changes with change in temperature. At 20 degrees centigrade, its solubility is 20 grams. This one, and at 10 degrees centigrade, its solubility is 20 grams. But at 20 degrees centigrade, its solubility is how much? Its solubility is 32 grams. The same substance, the solubility of the same substance will change with the temperature. Thus, temperature has to be specified. So here we have to compulsory mention, or else we have to compulsory specify the temperature along with the solubility of that particular substance. So that is why we have to write this statement completely like this. Solubility of potassium nitrate is 20 grams at 10 degrees centigrade, or solubility of potassium nitrate is 32 grams at 20 degrees centigrade. At 20 degrees centigrade. So like that you have to mention, you have to specify the temperature along with the solubility. Okay. So if you mention solubility, compulsory you have to mention at what temperature the solubility is this much. Okay. So like this. So here question A is asked like this, and there is another question. What is question? What is the question B? Sub question B. So sub question B says that why is temperature always specified? Why is temperature always specified? Okay, why is temperature always specified while stating solubility of a solute? While stating solubility of solute of a solute. So how to answer this question? Simply because the solubility of a particular solute will changes with the temperature. When at 10 degrees centigrade, potassium nitrate requires 20 grams in 100 grams of water to form saturated solution. But the same potassium nitrate at 20 degrees centigrade, it requires 32 grams of water, 32 grams in to be dissolved in 100 grams of water. Okay. So like this. That means the solubility of a given solute, see here, the solubility. So this is what solubility. Solubility is nothing but the amount of substance. Okay. The solubility of a given solute, okay, it changes with the change in temperature. Hence, that is why we have to specify the temperature. We have to specify the temperature while we are stating the solubility of a solute. So compulsory we have to. So simply don't write the solubility of potassium nitrate is 32 grams. So this will be wrong statement. At what temperature? See, here also we learned that solubility of potassium nitrate is 20 grams. Without 10 degrees centigrade, will it become a correct statement? No, it won't become correct statement. Because the solubility of potassium nitrate, sometimes it is written as 20 grams and here it is written as 32 grams. How will it be correct? It will be correct only temperature, if temperature is maintained, if temperature is mentioned. So the same potassium nitrate at 20 degrees centigrade, so its solubility is 32 grams. The same potassium nitrate at 10 degrees centigrade, its solubility is 20 grams. So like this. So that means the temperature, the solubility of a substance changes with temperature. Hence, temperature has to be specified. Okay, temperature has to be specified for a given solubility. Right? Next, one more question is given in this. What is that one? State one way of increasing the solubility of solute. See, potassium nitrate, its solubility is increased. How it is increased? When temperature is increased. Okay, suppose if you add at 10 degrees centigrade, if you add 20 grams, at 10 degrees centigrade, if you add 20 grams, and additionally, so now it is forming saturated solution. So now it is forming saturated solution. So additionally, if I add one more gram, what happened? Will it dissolve? The additional amount, one more gram, it won't dissolve because already saturated solution is formed. After formation of saturated solution, if you try to dissolve extra amount of solute into that saturated solution at the temperature, at the same temperature, so the extra amount of solute, it does not dissolve. So in order to make this solute, this amount also to dissolve, we have to raise the temperature. We have to increase the temperature. We have to increase the temperature from 10 degrees centigrade to 11 or 12 or else, so like that. So we have to increase the temperature. Okay, got it. So here question C says that state one way of increasing the solubility, increasing the solubility. State one way of increasing the solubility of solute. Of solute. Simply, how do you increase the solubility of a solute? By increasing the temperature. Simply at 10 degrees centigrade, as its solubility of as the solubility of potassium nitrate is 20 grams, then in order to increase the solubility, so I have to raise the temperature. If I raise temperature to 11 degrees centigrade, it may take one more gram, it may take 21 grams now to form saturated solution. So like that. So if I raise the temperature to 20 degrees centigrade, then I can add 32 grams of potassium nitrate to form saturated solution. That means I can increase the solubility from 20 to 32 grams by increasing the temperature from 10 degrees centigrade to 20 degrees centigrade. So like this by increasing the temperature, we can increase the solubility. That means solubility can be increased by increasing the temperature. Solubility of a substance can be increased by increasing the temperature. Okay. So like this, we can discuss about the solubility and how it changes with temperature. Okay. Right. We will learn the other things in the next video.